Welcome everybody. I now declare a public ceremony open to form. Thank you all for being here today. It is our 77th annual installation of Richmond Chapter, number 467. So before we get started, we would like to open up with a word of prayer. So if everyone would please stand.
I do it.
All right.
Supreme Grand Architect of the universe, we humbly invoke your blessings and hope that you'll look over this installation and grant these new officers wisdom and confidence. And as much as we have in each one of them, we know you have in them also. We hope that you'll bless this meeting and make your word a blessing to our soul as your food is to our bodies. And in that we pray, amen.
Amen. Thank you, everyone. You may be seated. I will now turn it over to Companion Dean Bryant, who is the past High Priest of Park Place Chapter number 458, as our installing officer. There you go.
Thank you, sir. You all doing okay? Good evening. For those who've never met me before, I'm from England, and
That's why he's got the funny accent.
that's why I've got the funny accent in the sense of Jason's the translator if anybody needs one, but we're here for a good time. At this time, I'd like to introduce Fort Bend Commandery to present the flags. Officers first. Okay, officers first, please. Companion Marshal, can you introduce the officers?
Well, High Priest Mark Eastwood. Excellent King Oscar Ochoa. Excellent Scribe Aaron Bolinick. Captain of the Host Andy Cole. Principal Sojourner John Bradley, Proxy. Right, Fred Windsor. Companion. Royal Arch Captain Christian Mendez. Master of the First Veil Gavin Sweeney, past High Priest. Companion Guard, our junior, soon to be junior past High Priest, Jason Bates. These are officers being so.
Companions, please be seated. Thank you. I'd like Joe to hand over to you, sir.
Standard guard.
Can everybody please stand?
Forward. March.
Column left. Standard guard halt. Right. Base. Ladies and gentlemen, brethren, companions, we direct your attention to the flag of our beloved country, which is always displayed in the east of every Masonic lodge where it is accorded the highest honor. It is a constant inspiration to every lover of his country. It demands unswerving loyalty and wholehearted devotion to the principles of which it is the glorious representative. It is the majestic symbol of freedom under constitutional government. Beneath its protecting folds, liberty, equality, and fraternity have become the heritage of every citizen, while the oppressed of many nations have found peace and happiness in the land over which it floats. The flags of mighty empires have come and gone, but the stars and stripes remain. Alone of all flags, it expresses the sovereignty of the people which endures when all else passes away. Speaking with their voice, it has the sanctity of revelation. He who is loyal to it is loyal to truth and justice everywhere, so long as it flies. Government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving the Pledge of Allegiance to the United States flag. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now please join me in giving the pledge to the flag of the state of Texas. Honor the Texas flag.
I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Standard Guard, return the flags to their positions in the east. Ladies and gentlemen, brethren, companions, it has been our honor and privilege to present the flags at Richmond Chapter and Consul's, I believe this is 77th installation. On behalf of Fort Bend Commandery number 74, I am Christopher Choate, a past commander. And with me, assisting me, is past commander David Burt. And also joining me is Sir Knight Rob Rogers. So, brother, a companion, Mark Eastwood, and companion, Gavin Sweeney, as you are being installed this evening, please accept Fort Bend Commandery number 74's congratulations on your election and installation, as well as to your officer corps that you have chosen this year. So we obviously are a part of that and look forward to serving with you this year. So Standard Guard, forward, march.
Please be seated.
Officers rise. Most excellent High Priest, I present the officers who have been selected to serve Richmond Chapter number 467 for the ensuing Capitular Year. I believe them to be skillful in the royal art and attentive to the moral precepts of the order. They have accepted the trust confided to them, and I ask they be installed with the usual ceremonies.
Okay, officers elected officers, please advance one step. Appointed officers, please be seated. Companions, you have been elected to serve Richmond Chapter number 467 for the ensuing Capitular Year. if you are willing to assume the duties of the offices to which you have been elected, you will place your right hand on your heart and repeat the oath of office after me. I do promise and swear
do promise and swear
that I will serve
that I will serve
as
as
your office.
your office
I'll do something to say your office. For the term for which I have been elected,
for the term of which I have been elected,
until my successor is duly installed,
until my successor is duly installed,
that I will perform the duties of my office
that I will perform the duties of my office
to the best of my skill and ability,
to the best of my skill and ability,
and will obey and observe,
and will obey and observe,
support and maintain the Constitution and edicts
the Constitution and edicts
of the Grand Royal Arch Chapter of Texas,
of the Grand Royal Arch Chapter of Texas,
and the bylaws of this chapter.
and the bylaws of this chapter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
All officers, please be seated.
Except you.
Actually, need one standing.
Most excellent High Priest, I present to you companion Mark Eastwood, who has been elected to serve in this chapter as excellent High Priest for the ensuing year.
You still want to go through with this?
I'm good. I'm in.
There's a few behind you going like that, but that's okay.
Heavy is this column.
Most excellent companion, you have been elected by the companions of this chapter to fill the high station within their gift, and to me has been assigned the pleasant duty of installing you therein. The high office of High Priest is highly honourable to all those who diligently perform the important duties annexed to it. By frequent recurrence to the Constitution and general regulations of the Grand Chapter, and a constant study of a sublime science, you will be best able to discharge them. I feel confident that the companions who have chosen to assist you will give strength to your endeavours and support to your exertions. Before investing you with the insignia of office, I must propose to you certain questions relative to the duties of your office, to which I would request your unequivocal assent. It's unequivocal a word.
It is.
Yeah,
Is that a Texas word?
it is
I
not.
don't think so.
Maybe.
Maybe an American word though.
American word. I'm going to have to Google unequivocal. I don't know what I've just said. Okay, 8 questions. Answer at the end. Okay. Do you solemnly promise, 1, that you will redouble your endeavours to correct the vices, purify the morals, and promote the happiness of Royal Arch Masons, members of your chapter? 2, that you will never suffer your chapter to be open unless there be present 5 regular Royal Arch Masons? 3, that you'll never suffer either more or less than 3 brethren to be exalted in your chapter at one time, except in those cases specifically authorised by the Grand Royal Arch Chapter of Texas? 4, that you will not exalt anyone to this degree who has not shown a charitable and humane disposition, or who has not made considerable proficiency in the preceding degrees. 5, that you'll promote the general good of our order, and on all proper occasions be ready and willing to impart instruction, and receive the same, more particularly from the state grand officers. 6, that to the utmost of your power you will require your chapter to preserve the solemnities of our ceremonies, and that you will behave in open chapter with the most profound respect and reverence for the order as an example to your companions. 7, that you will not admit a visitor into your chapter who has not been exalted in a legally constituted chapter without having first been formally healed. 8, that you will bind your successor in office to the observance of the rules to which you now assent. Do you submit to all these things and promise to observe and practice them faithfully?
I do.
Good answer. Good answer. Okay, I now need everybody to please be standing and have a prayer.
Most holy and gracious God, the great high priest of heaven and earth, we approach thee with reverence and implore thy blessing upon the companions who have been elected to preside over this chapter. Fill his heart with fervor,
Fervency.
that his words and actions may promote thy glory. Make him steadfast in thy service. Grant him firmness of mind and kindness of disposition. Teach him to rule his companions with justice and equality. Animate his heart, strengthen his endeavors to do good. May the offerings he shall place upon the altar before thee be an acceptable sacrifice. Bless him, O Lord, and crown the work of his hands with success. Bless this chapter. Forgive us our transgressions, and accept us in mercy. Amen.
So let it be.
Please be seated.
I don't know if that's a word.
Fervor.
You got it for next time. You're good.
Yeah, it took me a couple of times.
Most excellent sir, having taken the oath of office and given a cheerful acquiescence to the charges read to you, you are now qualified for installation as High Priest of this chapter and are now invested with insignia of your office. That's good. It becomes my duty to point out some of the particular duties appertaining to your office. The High Priest of a chapter has it in charge to see that the bylaws of this chapter, as well as the Constitution and edicts of the Grand Chapter, are duly observed, that the officers of his chapter perform their respective duties faithfully and are examples of diligence and industry to the companions, that true and accurate records of all proceedings of the chapter are kept, that exact and just accounts are kept of all money and property of the chapter, that annual returns be made accurately and promptly to the Grand Chapter, and the annual dues paid punctually as the Grand Chapter may require. You have the right and authority to convene this chapter at your pleasure. It is your duty and privilege to attend the annual convocations of the Grand Chapter and Council. Don't forget that one. Especially this year. And fidelity to the order requires that this should not be lightly neglected. I'm sorry, God bless it. I present you the Book of Law, the great light in every degree of Masonry. The doctrines contained in this sacred volume inspire in us a belief in the dispensations of divine providence and enables us, by the exercise of faith, hope, and charity, to ascend the great Masonic ladder and enter into complete enjoyment of that land where our Heavenly Father reigns. I give you in charge the Constitution and edicts of the Grand Royal Arch Chapter of Texas, and also the bylaws of this chapter. You'll cause all these to be frequently read and punctually obeyed. I now deliver into your custody the charter under which you are authorised to work, and by virtue of which this chapter exists. You will carefully preserve it and transmit it to your successor, or to the Grand Chapter, should necessity require. You all know what that means.
Not this year.
Not this year. Next year, maybe. On behalf of the craft here assembled, I now offer you the most sincere congratulations. I doubt not but that you will govern with such discretion as to convince your companions that their partiality has not been misplaced. Okay, well, companions of Richmond Council, chapter, sorry. Please rise. Companions of Richmond Chapter number 467, behold your High Priest. Remember that the prosperity of your chapter will depend as much on your support, assistance and obedience as on his assiduity, information and wisdom. Companion Marshal, you will seek the High Priest in his station. Excellent King.
Sir.
Companion Choa, you are now invested with the jewel of your office. Excellent companion, the important station to which you have been elected requires from you exemplary conduct. Its duties demand assiduous attention. You are to aid the High Priest in all the requirements of his office, and should casualties prevent him from their discharge, you succeed him in the performance thereof. Your jewel, the level surmounted by a crown, should remind you that although you are the representative of the king and exalted by office above your companions, yet you remain upon a level with them as respects to your duties to God, your neighbour, and yourself. That you are bound equally with them to be obedient to the laws and the ordinances of the institution, to be charitable, humane, and just, and to seek every occasion for doing good. Your office teaches a striking lesson of humility. Political society teaches us to regard a king as the chief of created beings, and that the first duty of his subjects is to obey his mandates. But Royal Archmasonry, placed the king in a station subordinate to the High Priest, teaches us that our duty to God is paramount to all other duties, and should claim the priority of our obedience to man, and that whoever we may be bound to obey the laws of civil society, yet these laws, to be just, should never interfere with the matters of conscience or dictate articles of faith. You are entitled to the second seat in the council of your chapter. Let the bright example of your illustrious predecessor in the Grand Council of Jerusalem stimulate you to the faithful discharge of your duties. And when the King of Kings shall summon you to his immediate presence, from his hand may you receive a crown of glory that shall never fade away. The marshal will seek the king in his station.
It is good to be
That's one there. That's one there. Companion Belinek, you are now invested with the jewel of your office. Excellent companion, the office of scribe to which you have been elected is very respectable and important. In the absence of the High Priest and King, you succeed to the performance of their duties. The efficiency of the institution ought never to suffer for want of intelligence in its proper officers. You will therefore perceive this necessity of your possessing such qualifications as will enable you to accomplish these duties, which are incumbent upon you in your own station, as well as those which may devolve on you. Your jewel, a plumb line surmounted by a turban, is an emblem of rectitude and vigilance. And while you stand as a watchman upon the tower to guard your companions against the approach of those enemies of human felicity, intemperance, and excess, let this faithful monitor ever remind you to walk uprightly in your station, admonishing your companions to fidelity and industry while at labour, and to temperance and moderation while at refreshment. And when the great watchman of Israel, whose eye never slumbers or sleeps, shall relieve you from your post on earth, may he permit you in heaven to participate in that food and refreshment which is such as saints in glory love. Companion Marshal, you will seek a scribe in the station. Captain Rose. invested with the jewel of your office. Companion, your office is one of importance and demands your zealous consideration. It corresponds with that of marshal or master of ceremonies. You are to preside at the introduction of strangers among the workmen, and the strangers can only judge of your sincerity by the evidence we afford you. You will be careful that the utmost order and decorum be observed on all occasions. You will be attentive to the commands of your chief, and be always at hand to see them duly executed. I presume that you'll give that study and attention to your duties which their importance demands. Companion Marshal, you'll seek the captain of the host to this station. Soldier. Companion Bradley, you are now invested with the jewel of your office. Companion, your office corresponds to that of senior deacon in the preparatory degrees, and although subordinate in degree, is equal in importance to any in the chapter, except in that of your chief alone. Among the duties required of you, the preparation and introduction of candidates are not the least. As in our intercourse with the world, experience teaches us that first impressions are often the most durable, the most difficult to eradicate. So it is of great importance, in all cases, that these impressions should be correct and just. Hence, it is essential that the officer who brings the blind by the way they know not, and leads them in paths they have not known, should be well qualified to make darkness light before them, and crooked things straight. Never permit our ceremonies to be converted to frivolity. Your past exertions are a pledge of your future assiduity in the faithful discharge of your duties. Companion Marshal, you will seek the principal soldier. Companion members, you are now invested with the jewel of your office. Companion, your office corresponds to that of junior deacon in the preparatory degrees. It is your duty to assist the captain of the host in the examination of visitors, and to obey his commands during the introduction of strangers among the workmen. You have been invested with the jewel of your office in expectation of its duties being performed with intelligence, assiduity, and propriety. The white veil entrusted to your care is emblematical of that purity of heart and rectitude of conduct which will actuate all who seek to pass through it to the sanctuary. Never suffer anyone to pass your post without sickness of truth. You know what sickness of truth is? Yeah, you do. Just say yes.
Yes.
Good answer. I'm sorry, I'm just joking with them. Sorry. Companion Marshal, you will sit the Royal Arch Captain at his station. Yeah, I'll just bring both of them together if you can.
Veil and guard.
Just go to the second layer.
We've only got one.
Have they got one veil?
Just one veil.
Just one vote.
I've got Chris and Gavin. That's what
I'm already installed in the
Are
position.
you all sorted? Just leave.
I'm missing him, right? So.
No, you're fine, just. Sorry.
He don't want to be alone
All right,
anyway.
who's first? Okay, who's second? All right.
Sorry, Chris.
Let's go.
Where's Coda? You can sit down, Chris. Seriously, sit down.
All right.
I don't care. It's his chapter.
It's already out.
Do it.
Is it okay with
There you go.
You make me whichever you prefer.
The boss has spoken.
How's your leg? Is it okay?
Companion Marshal, you will invest the masters of the second and first veil with the jewels of their office. Companions, you have been appointed masters of the veils, and to you is entrusted the guarding in a proper manner of the sanctuary and councils of your companions. And you are to suffer none to pass for such as are duly and truly qualified, are of humane and charitable disposition, and who prove their genealogy and have in their possession the passwords of the fathers. To you, master of the second veil, companion shells, I present the purple banner. You're invested with the jewel of your office and this symbolic sword for its protection. And bid you to remember that as purple is composed of a mixture of blue and red, it is therefore placed between the first and third veils to denote the intimate connection that exists between the royal arch and ancient craft masonry. To you, master of the first veil, companion Swinny, I give in charge the blue band. You are invested with the jewel of your office and this symbolic sword, which you will use with sleepless vigilance in its defence. The colour of your banner denotes friendship, and as such is used as a characteristic of master masons. Companions, let your friendship be sincere and disinterested. Be firmly united in the cause in which you are engaged, and zealous in the discharge of the duties of the offices to which you have been appointed. Then, though every rod become a serpent, and every serpent an enemy of the craft, yet will their utmost vigilance and strongest exertions be as impotent as the leprous hand, or water spilt upon the ground which cannot be gathered up. Companion Marshal, you'll sit the masters of the veils in their stations. To the right guard. So many horrible English words that we don't know. That's why we moved to Texas to get away from Spanish.
Goodbye.
Companion Vance, having been appointed guard of this chapter, you will be invested with a jewel of your office. And I'll present to you a sword to enable you to more effectually to discharge the duties of your office. It is your duty to guard the door of the chapter on the outside, to report any who desire to be admitted, to see that they are properly clothed, to place the chapter room in order for convocations, and attend to such other duties as may be required of you by the chapter. Your punctual attendance at every convocation is essentially necessary. Companion Marshal, you will seek the guard in the station. Will all the members of Richmond Chapter please rise? Companions, behold the officers of your chapter for the ensuing Capitular Year. The nature of our institution is such that some must of necessity rule and teach, whilst others must, of course, learn to submit and obey. Humility in both is the essential duty. The officers who have been elected and appointed to govern. Excuse me. What's it? David Burns, press. There we go, I do apologise. Oh, there goes. Technology, old guys and technology. Okay. The nature of our institution is such that some must necessity rule and teach, while others must, of course, learn to submit and obey. Humility in both is an essential duty. The officers who have been elected and appointed to govern this chapter are too conversant with the rules of propriety and the laws of the order not to avoid exceeding the powers with which they are entrusted, and you are of too generous disposition to envy their preferments. I therefore trust that you will have but one aim, to please each other, and unite in the grand design of doing good and communicating happiness. Finally, my companions, may the annual recurrence of these solemnities be always hailed with joy and great rejoicing by you and your successors until time shall be no more. And then may we all be permitted to meet in the realms of bliss, where troubles come not, and we are at rest forever. Can everybody else please rise? Thank you, Marshal.
By the authority of the most excellent Grand Royal Arch Chapter of Texas, I now proclaim the officers of Richmond Chapter, number 467, duly and constitutionally installed.
Okay, thank you, everybody. That's
Yeah. Switch them around. Not yet.
it's up to you now, sir.
Thank you, everyone, for coming out. And thank you, Daniel Bryant, for coming out to do this for us. And Daniel Bryant, thanks for filling in on short notice. We had a little, change of plans starting this morning, so, oh well. Want to thank my wife for her support. She's here today, Casey.
I don't have anybody specific here, but my family's all here. Everyone I love is in here, so thank you everyone for being here tonight. It means a lot. Thank you.
My lovely wife Peyton is here, and brethren from Katy came to show their support and see the York Rite. Thank you so much for coming out.
Yay!
And we'll just go around. You guys did that.
Thank you to my wife also for her support and showing up tonight, taking off work early, and I look forward to the new year.
Mr. Meadows, I don't have anybody with me, but I'm here with everybody, and I'm just happy to be here. Just happy to be here.
Chris, Kevin.
It's great to be here this evening. My wife was not able to make it. She's had the grandkids for 2 days now, and she said, I need a break. So, but it's so cool, guys, to continue to move this chapter forward. So, congratulations, sir. Thank you for allowing me to be part of it again.
Most excellent. It's an honor to serve again this year. My wife, unfortunately, is home with our 2 children, so she couldn't be here for tonight. But enjoyed the night and have all my companions with me, so appreciate it.
Most excellent High Priest, congratulations. First of all, glad to be here. What they said for our lives at home as well with children. So glad to be a part of this. Thank you for allowing me to continue to serve your office as well.
Dave.
Well, I didn't get installed. Most excellent. Congratulations to you and your here from the semi-mediocre state of Michigan. They came down because they decided they needed real food and some warmth.
That's terrible.
Tex-Mex and warm, okay.
Yeah, Tex-Mex and warmth. But they're certainly getting a lot of Tex-Mex this weekend. So congratulations again on the 4-year year.
Last but not least, Companion Hideout.
Thank you, most excellent. I'm looking forward to this year. I won't have anyone with me, but guests, thank you for coming. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. And the brethren of Katie. Hope you saw something that's interesting here tonight. One thing I wanted to maybe explain just a little bit here. You heard the word exalted. Like, what does that mean? Well, in the Blue Lodge, you're raised to the degree of Master Mason. In the chapter, you were exalted to the Royal Arch. So there's a little something right there. You might want to come find out here in a little bit. All right? Thank you all for being here.
Everett, don't we have a festival coming up in
We
August?
we do, and there's plenty of time to get those petitions in.
Okay, two quick orders of business. One personal, since I haven't had today. My father was not a Mason, but his father was. And when I became master of Morton Lodge, the building that we're in a few years ago, my brother brought me some stuff. Hey, this was Granddad's. You might want this. So Casey and I are driving home from Kingwood, where they live, and she's looking through this plastic bag of stuff, and she's got a red bordered apron, lambskin, but otherwise like this one, and I recognized that while I'm driving, and it's on the wall of my office in a shadow box now, but it was my grandfather's. He was exalted in 1920. So on June 1920. So this means a lot to me, right? There's a little connection there. So far, I know he was never an officer of the Blue Lodge or chapter, but I do have his apron. It looks as good as the day he got it. And on the inside, I know the dates because somebody very neatly, way neater than me, put all that on there. So I have it home. I thought about getting it off the wall today, and I thought maybe I should. But back in June the 16th, if I'm not mistaken, 1920. So it's been just up in Waxahachie, not here. Up in Waxahachie area. I think it's the chapter that actually is.
You should wear it at least one time.
Well, I haven't. It's all pinned into a thing now. So I thought about it for a minute, but a lot of trouble. But I thought about it. Anyway, that's kind of a cool little thing. And so this year, in particular, I'll think of him when I'm here. I've got one more duty. Junior past High Priest Vance, would you meet me here at the altar? Yeah, you have to
First,
do that.
before we proceed, please, the apron.
That sounds better, doesn't it?
We'll fix that.
Your chapter, Jason, thanks you for your service. As always, as we expected, as we knew that you would, even though you're wearing the purple, kind of flavor. There's rid of it. With gratitude, your chapter presents you your past High Priest.
Thank you. What's up? We'll see if they expand it so I can fit it.
It's stretchy, so you.
Lydia managed.
What size fits us?
Lydia knows. She's got your number.
All right. There we go.
There you go. Now you're probably dressed. Excuse me. And this, some of the guys have, is your past High Priest jewel. So we call this bit that hangs down from the collar the jewel. The past high priest jewel has these colored stones on it. So if you read in Exodus, when and other places, but I think Exodus, when the tribe of Levi, gets established to be the priest, priestly line, priestly tribe for Israel, the high priest wore a breastplate with colored stones on it, each one representing the 12 tribes of Israel. So this is emblematic of that. It's the same thing that's on the past high priest. You'll wear that with pride.
Thank you.
May I present to you the case of your.
Yes.
So we have a very efficient secretary. He's got to take care of storage and safety use.
Thank you. It was a joy serving. We had some great laughs being around these campaigns. It's always fun. We had lots of fun, lots of laughs, lots of good fellowship, and we did lots of good things, honoring our local teachers as well, presenting with some monetary awards and having a successful clothing drive as well. So did lots of good things, and I look forward to even greater things in you, Most Excellent. So thank you so much.
Okay, I think that's everything unless I'm forgetting something. When there's no school to me.
Most Excellent, can I do one thing?
Yes, many thanks.
Now that I have a new apron, I would like to present you with, so it's been a tradition that has been passed down, so each person who's the high priest wears this apron. And there's a story behind this. Painted Choke, would you enlighten us on the story?
Yes, Most Excellent Sir, that apron, past High Priest Mark wore that before he was in the East as High Priest. He passed that down to me in my year, and we decided that we thought it would be cool to continue to pass it down. So this will be the fourth, I guess, time that it's being passed, which I think is cool. So with that, he's the past High Priest Junior, so we're going to take care of the rest of it. So
Now you will have to take this one in just a little bit.
while they're doing that, real quickly, when I started in 2018, we have to have a minimum of 5 people to open chapter and council, and many times we could not open the chapter and council because we were so thin related to people. So we started working on it. I got recruited to be secretary right out of the gate, like within 2 or 3 months after coming. And so we started working that. Past High Priest Mark at the time, I think on Thursdays, he was doing
community band.
and that kind of thing. He couldn't do it, and I said, hey, we need people, and so he said, I think things are changing. So he decided to go in and into the line at that time, and then it continued from there. And it's been an amazing journey now. We have a full staff. We've done some festivals now. We're working on a ritual and raising money for charities and clothing drives and a lot of other things. I think it's just wonderful, and it's because of the dedication of companions, all of you guys being dedicated and attending meetings and doing what needs to be done to make this a great organization. So I applaud all of you. And with that, sir, I will turn the sword back over, and thanks for indulging me.
Thank you, companions. One last thing, because I was about to forget. Some of these favorites, the top ones, Casey, I sort of pressed her to service to give them a laundering because they probably had, what is this, 77 installations?
Yes, sir.
Not sure they've been laundered since. as soon as they get it, they kind of needed it, so, there's probably a few more that need to get done. But, if you happen to get one of the first dozen or a couple of dozen or whatever, Casey helps us with that, so we'll try to complete the cycle, get them all loaded at least once.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. We'll end the installation for chapter, and we'll switch clothes and we'll do, council.
5 minutes.